Alright, we will call this meeting to order. Do some roll call. Council at Large Cummins. At Large Postian. Here. Council Ward number 1 Hembry.
Here.
Ward number 2 Anderson. Ward number 3 McNeil. Here. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alright. So to the agenda, is there any additions or subtractions? Seeing there are none, is there a motion to approve?
I make a motion.
Postian with first and McNeil with second.
Postian,
Yes.
Hembry,
Yes.
McNeil.
Yes. Alright, so to communications, we don't have any scheduled tonight, but if anyone would like to address the city council, you can make your way to the podium. Seeing there are none, we'll close that portion of the meeting. And we can move all of the way down to public hearings. We have 2 scheduled tonight. The first one is the public hearing for the purpose of soliciting written and oral comments on the city's proposed fiscal year 2021 budget. Is there a motion to open the hearing? McNeil with first and Postian with the second.
Postian,
Yes.
Hembry,
Yes.
McNeil.
Yes. Alright, Melissa, Brian?
As of 5:30 this afternoon, I have not been notified of any concerns or comments regarding the public hearing for the fiscal year budget.
Alright, Brian?
I didn't receive any input
Alright.
I have a few questions,
Yes.
if you don't mind. I'm sure that not that difficult, I don't think. Under the revenue side, miscellaneous, refresh me on what goes into the miscellaneous income. Just basically, what goes into the miscellaneous income? Because that's a fairly significant amount. It's actually more than half of what I've taken in property taxes.
Miscellaneous includes sales tax collected, reimbursements, refunds, miscellaneous category. So it's a very broad category. If you need the specifics, that's a very high level number. So I'm not going to be able to give you a specific department detail based off of that number, but I definitely can do that back at my office.
Okay. Sales tax goes into that you collect on utilities or something?
Like I said, I don't know specific to this. That is for water distribution, has a sales tax miscellaneous account. But again, that is a very high level number. This information that's published in the newspaper is high level. That's the highest level there is. So that is everything broken into those categories.
Right.
So being able to tell you specifics based off of that here I'm not going to have as best information as I would at my office.
Okay, so that's something I need to
Feel free to
get with
contact
you,
me.
ask you
Absolutely.
about
Yep.
specifically what it is.
Sure.
Okay, down below that, other financing sources, and it looks like you're gonna spend that on capital projects. Is that anticipation of something that's coming in for capital projects then? Or,
We
Where-
have the wastewater treatment plant. That would be a capital project.
and where's the $6 million coming from then for that?
That would be a bond.
A bond?
Yep.
Which,
Water revenue.
okay, which we haven't issued yet, but you're anticipating
Yep.
doing that. That's what I kind of thought it might. Transfers in. What's transfers in?
Well,
Where
that
they
is
coming- where they
a
come-
lot of things. But it was also included in the resolution. So transfers in can be trust and agency, so employee benefits. It's going to be pilots. It's going to be utility transfers in, debt service, transfers between departments.
Okay, so utility transfers are included in that.
Mhm.
And since, you got charges for services, which is utility, I assume most of that's just utility
Mhm.
charges. And then you've got transfers in, which includes some transfers from utilities. So that's all, if you add up the transfers in for utilities plus the charges for services, that gives you a more total amount that you've collected for utilities.
No,
That's,
because that transfers in isn't just utility transfers. Like I said, that is a lump sum amount for all transfers. So again, I can get you a breakout of what specific transfers in that is, but the charges for service is specific to utilities. But that lumping them together would not be an accurate picture.
but some of the transfers in are from the utility departments.
The pilots have to be recorded as a transfer.
Yes, okay,
Yes. Yep.
okay. But some of that comes from utilities.
Yeah.
Some of
pilots
the
are from
payment in lieu of
utilities.
taxes comes from utilities.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, under the expenditures, under your public, Public Works has taken quite a bit of a cutback from previous years. Is there a reason for that reduction, or just, I mean, that's like almost, well, it's almost $3,000 less, or 300,000, I mean. Just seems like a pretty good hefty cut in Public Works, but.
Sure.
Health and Social Services, you show 0. And the previous re-estimated fiscal 2020 was 831,000. Then under Culture and Recreation, this year for 2021, you show 841,000 and 0 for 2020. Did you just shift those numbers around to different
Not
departments?
to
or-
my knowledge, but I can definitely get you information back at my office.
And how could you, yeah, but I mean, how could you go from Culture and Recreation, go from 0 to 841, Health and Social Services from 831 to 0?
So that re-estimated number has to match the budget amendment amount. So that form, this is generated from the state. So if it doesn't match, I get an error message. I didn't have an error message, I reviewed this report. So if that's the case, there's an error on that report. I can get you the difference and why that is, but again, I can't do that here.
Yeah, just interesting to me that those numbers just flipped one line to a different line
Sure.
all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Kind of curious. And then, I think transfers out. You've got transfers in up above and transfers out. Transfers out are just additional money that goes in to help cover your expenses, your expenditures, make your upper level, your revenues match your expenditures. Is that correct?
They have to match, transfers in and transfers out have to match.
And so you're transferring in $2,588,000, and then you're putting it in the expense side under transfers out. So we are transferring $2.5 million.
Potentially.
Okay. Very good. That's all the questions I have.
All right. There are no other questions for Melissa or Brian. Is there a motion to close this public hearing?
Motion.
McNeil with the first and Hembry with the second.
Ashton,
Yes.
Hembry,
Yes.
McNeil,
Yes.
All right, we'll move down to the second one, which is a public hearing on proposed contract documents and estimated cost of water main and street improvement project, Division 1, water main improvements, Division 2, street improvements, Tipton, Iowa, 2020. Is there a motion to open this hearing?
Motion.
McNeil with the first and Posturing with the second.
Hembry,
Yes.
McNeil, Ashton,
Yes.
All right, Brian?
Prior to the hearing, we haven't received any input on the project, but again, it would be the two blocks that's generally behind the high school on Plum Street. Pavement and main focus, one of the main focuses was the water main to be replaced. We hope to have the bid results to council meeting on April 6th. And at that meeting, Jack Cope from the engineering firm will be here to go over what those results were. Now, I guess I want to point one thing out. In the resolution, I mentioned the estimated cost he broke them out in two different ways. This is the way we broke it out in our budget, to show that how he has the project designed is covered by the budget that Melissa put together. He also has it broken out other ways where he calls it these different divisions. So in those divisions, he shows different types of estimates than what we show here, and we asked him about that, and he said they're the same thing, they're just packaged differently. The divisions are meant to package the bidding in a way that he thinks will be more attractive to bidders, but the estimates match up to what I have here.
All right. Any questions for Brian?
We're gonna deal with some of the storm drain behind there too, Brian. Kicks it up from the school and wraps around and ties in and.
I don't remember that one being mentioned, but I can check on that.
All right. There are no other questions or comments for Brian? Is there a motion to close this hearing?
Second.
McNeil with the first and Hembry with the second.
Henry,
Yes.
McNeil,
Yes.
Posturing,
Yes.
All right, so now to new business. We have two resolutions tonight. The first one is a resolution approving the City of Tipton fiscal year 2021 annual budget. There's been no other feedback. And no questions. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
McNeil with the first and Posturing with the second.
McNeil,
Yes.
Posturing,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
All right, and our second resolution is a resolution approving the plans, specs, form of contract, and engineer's cost estimate for the Plum Street project. If there are no other questions or comments, is there a motion?
So moved.
Henry with the first and McNeil with the second.
Posturing,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
McNeil,
All right, so we'll get on to the reports. Mayor's report, I don't have much to report other than thank you to the council and everyone here for being flexible. I was supposed to be still on vacation, but I canceled those. And I know there's a lot of other plans. It's quite a fluid situation, so I thank everybody for their cooperation in this time. That's all I have. Council? Committee? City manager?
We'd like to take a couple minutes just to talk about this sheet that Melissa laid out for you. And just to briefly introduce this, I wanted to mention some notes that I wrote up prior. And that is, we would like to briefly discuss the COVID-19 situation. Today, we've been collecting information on what other cities are doing or might do in the way of closing or limiting city services, buildings, and meetings. These measures include city halls, rec centers, libraries, utilities, essential versus non-essential public meetings, and some personnel policies. Before instituting anything, we've signed up to be part of the governor's conference call to cities at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Upon hearing whatever guidance comes from the call, we would like to proceed with temporary administrative measures to help protect the public as well as our city employees. These measures will need to be adjusted over time as new information becomes available. For example, if or when the Congress passes a law concerning our citizens or employees with work situations, we'll work with our city attorney when necessary. Earlier, I mentioned taking temporary administrative measures. That means that, like other cities, or most other cities, we're looking at instituting something on a staff level. But if the council would like to review and approve what we might do beforehand, we can arrange a special meeting. And I've asked Melissa to review this summary of different items that other cities have talked about during the day. And would you cover that just briefly for us?
Mm-hmm. Regarding City Hall, a lot of cities already started talking about closing, at least to the public, locking their doors. We have online bill pay options, we can accept payments over the phone, we have a Dropbox. So it would, it's allowing for them to be able to do that and then just accept by appointment only appointments for things like signing new utility customers up or something that would be urgent. The IUB just passed something that said the LIHEAP moratorium has been extended to May 1st, so that takes huge busy season off right now and extends that so that we don't have those contract renews coming up. So regarding City Hall, that's the talk that has happening for council meetings. The league as well as the attorneys have passed out guidance if it would be necessary to go to an electronic meeting and how we would go about that per the code and the steps that we can take. So that'll just be monitored, and that's what other cities are doing right now, is just monitoring with the budget process. A lot of cities are getting their meetings done actually tonight, and then they'll be reviewing, but any non-mandatory meetings are being put on hold. So anything that doesn't have a public hearing or needs to be held is kind of put on the wayside at this time. Regarding the rec center and parks, a lot of rec and park programs are being suspended, postponed, or canceled, at least through April, and they're kind of mirroring what schools are doing. So that's been the talk through that. The libraries as well have been, there's been quite a few closures coming, but still allowing staff to, at least full-time staff, to come in and try to offer ramp up online programs or curbside services so that residents can still pick up or do that type of thing, just not have that exposure there. And then regarding employees, talked about increasing literal sick leave to help encourage employees to stay home if they do feel sick. So, and also the utilities, there are cities who have an in-person recycling center, which wouldn't necessarily apply to us, but they're postponing and suspending those types of service. And then anything encouraging public works or anyone who rides in a city vehicle to only have one person in that vehicle at a time, just to have that safe distance, as well as other things like reducing meter change-outs and those type of things. So, again, this was almost changing by the minute as I was at something else. Another thing was coming. So it's nice to have that clerk's net and the grapevine, though, to see what is happening in other communities. So.
I guess, if it's acceptable, we could proceed administratively, as some other towns have. There are cases where Washington, Iowa, passed a resolution which closed their library, but they did that early on. Since then, they're taking other measures that the resolution doesn't cover. So, I think in most cases, the flexibility of doing it administratively has advantages, and especially as the mayor said, it's a fluid situation. But if you want us to come back and go through each of these things, or the major ones, at a special meeting, we can do that. And when I say special, your next meeting is only a week from tonight, but there's going to be an impetus to move faster than that.
I'm all right with administrative actions.
That's fine.
Yeah. This might move quicker than getting all 7 of us together anyway, so. Well. All right. And then we'll move on to department heads.
Brad.
Yeah, got anything? All right, then we are down to adjournment. Is there a motion for adjournment? McNeil was first. Posture votes second.
Posturing,
We're never leaving.
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
McNeil.
All right, we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone. To the effect.